The film opens on a perfect life, a bright, golden afternoon, a family in their backyard, framed like a commercial for happiness. The grill is smoking, the table is set, and Man-su, our main character, is tending proudly to a rare eel his company gifted him. His son waits at the table, his daughter practices her cello inside, and his wife arranges dishes like it's a celebration. When Man-su calls his daughter over, he pauses, watching his family with quiet pride. A moment later, his wife opens the expensive present he bought her. He reads the thank you note from his employer, Solar Paper, praising his dedication. The four of them embrace as if nothing in the world could touch them. And in his last moment of true peace, Man-su whispers that he feels like he has everything. The movie never lets us forget this scene, because it's the last time life is good. A hard cut breaks the warmth. We now hear Man-su talking over shots of the factory floor. He confides in coworkers that their company has been bought out by American investors. The first order of business? Fire 20% of the production line. And he, loyal, hard-working Man-su, must create the list of names. He refuses. He chases the Americans through the parking lot, pleading with them, insisting there must be another way. That's when he learns the truth. The eel wasn't a reward. It was a farewell gift. He's the one being fired. Just like that, the life he built starts slipping through his fingers. At a support seminar for laid-off employees, Man-su quietly spirals while motivational speakers tell him to embrace opportunity. Across town, his wife laughs during her tennis lesson. Two parallel lives under the same roof, one sinking, the other still afloat. He writes a promise on his hand. Job in 3 months. But reality doesn't care. Cut to 13 months later. He's stocking shelves at a market. And even here, even at rock bottom, he gets fired again. Forced out of the building in nothing but underwear and bare feet. Meanwhile, his wife opens the mail and sees a mortgage notice. The life that once felt perfect is now collapsing room by room. Man-su sits in yet another interview. His potential boss? A man who used to work under him. Now the subordinate will be in charge. They smirk at Man-su's desperate list of accomplishments. They laugh at him. To his face. At home, he tries to distract himself with gardening and influencer videos about paper manufacturing. Specifically, one influencer who works at Moon Paper, the only paper company still thriving. His wife calls him in for dinner, and they confront reality together. The house will be gone in 3 months. The dogs must be given away. Everything non-essential must be cut. Except their daughter's cello lessons, the only thing she has left. They tell themselves they'll adapt, but the walls are already cracking. Their closest friends tour their house as potential buyers. Man-su and his wife listen as the couple criticizes their decor and talks about how they'll fix everything when they take over. The humiliation is suffocating. Later in a bar, Man-su drinks apple juice, because it's all they can afford, and watches more videos of the Moon Paper influencer. His obsession grows. Then his daughter's cello teacher drops another bomb. She can't teach the girl anymore. The next instructor will be much more expensive. At home, Man-su sits on the couch, glued to that influencer's videos again. His wife makes an innocent little comment, clearly joking. "Why can't you be hit by lightning?" And that's the moment the film shifts gears. Not because she meant it literally, but because Man-su heard a solution. He starts following the influencer, the paper line manager, across town, tracking his routines. He climbs onto a rooftop and prepares to drop a flower pot onto the man's head. But he can't do it. Not because it's wrong. The movie makes this very clear. but because he realizes something worse. Even if he kills this man, someone else will get the job. Dozens, maybe hundreds of applicants. He'll still lose. Unless he removes all competition. Man-su's mind shifts into something cold and methodical. He creates a fake company, complete with documents, emails, and job postings. He lures in real applicants for the position he wants at Moon Paper, collecting their resumes to assess their threat level. After extensive comparison, he identifies 2 men who are more qualified than him. Everyone else? He burns their applications. Then he replicates an antique gun to swap with his real one, a substitution to muddy the evidence later. He now has 3 targets, the current line manager and the 2 men who could replace him. Man-su stalks his first target into the mountains. He prepares to shoot, but the man's wife suddenly appears behind him. She insists they go hiking together, completely unaware he was seconds away from murder. During a tense picnic, he watches the man run home to check for mail from the fake job posting. The bait is working. But then things spiral. Later, Man-su gets bitten by a snake and tumbles down a hill. His target's wife finds him, trying to help but fumbling every step, making the situation bizarrely comedic. When Man-su finally regains some stability at home, he and his wife share a rare moment of closeness, dancing lightly in their bedroom. For a moment, they resemble the family from the opening scene. But it doesn't last. The next morning, Man-su says he's going to a job interview. Instead, he sneaks into his target's house, avoiding cameras with alarming precision. Inside, he discovers the man's wife is having an affair. The target isn't home, so Man-su leaves. But when he sees the man driving back, he follows. Later, he picks up his wife and daughter from work and grows suspicious of her interactions with a younger doctor, his paranoia now fueled by what he just witnessed in someone else's marriage. That night, he goes back to finish the job. It goes wrong instantly. He's interrupted by the target's wife, panics, and accidentally shoots the man in the shoulder. A chaotic 3-person struggle erupts for the gun. Eventually, the wife gets hold of it, and Man-su flees into the forest. He watches, horrified, as the wife shoots her husband dead. As he reaches his car, she chases him, screaming, but he manages to escape. Man-su checks his phone. 10 missed calls. He's late for his wife's dance party. He arrives just in time to see his wife dancing happily with the young doctor. The humiliation burns. He leaves without a word. That night, drunk and filthy, he buries the body in the woods. He meets his second target, a decent man who shares his interests and personality. They talk. They bond. And Man-su actually seems to second-guess himself. He promises to return after his daughter's cello lesson. Instead, he waits on the roadside where he knows the man will drive home. Repeating the words, "no other choice," he stages a fake car breakdown. The man stops to help. As he leans over the hood, Man-su shoots him. It's sloppy. He drops a casing. He leaves the man's car behind. He stuffs the body into his trunk. That same night, his son sneaks out to steal cell phones and gets chased by police, but manages to slip home. Meanwhile, Man-su is in the backyard digging a grave. At dawn, police arrive. Man-su holds out his wrists, thinking they've come for him, but they're actually here for his son. The accomplice confessed. Man-su has a heartfelt conversation with the boy about mistakes, desperation, and fear, only for his wife to then attempt seduction to persuade the victim's father not to press charges. Man-su interrupts. Instead of seduction, he uses blackmail, threatening to expose the father's own affair. The charges disappear. Later, the couple finds the stash of stolen phones and buries them in the yard, planting a tree on top. Man-su tells his son about his own father, who killed his pigs during a crisis, buried them alive, and later hanged himself in the barn. A chilling family history of desperation. That night, Man-su prepares to dismember the second victim, unaware his son is watching from the roof. He stops himself, wraps the body like a plant root ball, and buries it in the garden instead. Detectives arrive to interview anyone who applied for the open job. They share details about the two missing men, which leaves Man-su rattled. When he accidentally refers to them as dead, the detectives take note. They leave politely, but clearly suspect him. Man-su meets the influencer, the final target, for drinks. They laugh, bond, and drink. Except Man-su secretly pours his own drinks out. He tries to convince the man to request an additional manager position, but the influencer refuses. He says if things get too hard, he'll just be fired. Eventually, he drinks for real and drunkenly pulls out one of his rotting teeth, a problem seen throughout the film, adding to the grotesque unraveling. That night, they share a bonfire outside. At the same time, Man-su's wife digs up the garden and finds a body. She says nothing. Cut back to Man-su, digging another hole. His wife calls. She tells him they are in this together, unaware she already knows too much. His victim wakes up. Man-su buries him up to the neck, shoves a funnel into his mouth, forces food through it, then wraps his head. A disturbing, ritualistic execution. He stages a crime scene, placing the body in a chair, alcohol at the side, food in the throat, making it appear as though the man choked after drinking too much. When he gets home, his wife is waiting. Cold, silent, hollow. He apologizes and she accepts, though the moment feels eerie and staged. Man-su sits through another job interview. This time he gets good news. He'll be the sole manager of a fully automated plant. No workers, only machines. The family, reunited. The dogs returning home. Small signs that life might finally improve. But then the detectives bring him in for one final meeting. They share their theory. One missing applicant killed another and fled. The story is entirely wrong, but backed by the first victim's wife. Case closed. Man-su leaves for his first day of work. The family smiles, but it's forced. A hollow imitation of the opening scene. His daughter plays a finished cello composition. The scribbles we saw throughout the movie were never doodles, but the slow creation of this piece. His son goes out to meet the same friend from the robbery. His wife listens quietly, expression unreadable. The perfect family is back. But something is dead behind their eyes. Man-su arrives at the automated facility. There are no workers, no noise, no purpose, just machines humming. He raises his fist in hollow victory. He goes through the motions, just like he did in the beginning. He walks the floor alone. The camera closes in on his face. His joy is gone. His passion is gone. His humanity is gone. He has everything he wanted, and nothing at all. The film ends with a montage of automation spreading across industries, crushing workers, replacing families, and turning humanity into disposable parts of a machine.